I had just resigned from my work and I became a full-time mom. So I was still in this transition mode, trying to find my groove into this new role that I had. Later, it was a big surprise. I found out I was pregnant.
We are actually from Indonesia. Slowly I settled down and my career also slowly getting better and better. Herman, he decided to have one small guest house in our hometown. The day when I was in the last day in that one of the company that I'm working for, I thought I should take a break, visiting my parents and his parents, and in the same time to see what I can do for his business.
When the first trimester screening came, my gynae told me, okay, you do your screening and we'll see you back in 2 weeks. So we happily went home and you flew
I
off
flew out
as
that
well.
night as well.
Yeah, he had a business trip, so he was overseas. He flew out that night. But the next morning, I got a phone call from the doctor's office and telling me that the doctor needs to see me. When I walked into the doctor's office, she just pushed the paper in front of me and said, these are your results. And I basically failed all 3 tests. And she just pointed to each one and said, these are fatalistic numbers. This particular condition has multiple disorders. Your fingers are fused, you might have no spine, you might just be born with one eye. The baby won't survive. I think I started pleading with her and I asked, possibly maybe something I drank or something I ate that morning. Maybe I did something, maybe there's an error somewhere. Can I please redo the test? And she said, no, it's not going to change anything. You just need to decide whether you want to terminate.
The month of the soft opening of the hotel, he get stroke. And this stroke also happened in so sudden. I'm not even 2 days in my hometown. I fly back to Singapore. When I reached one of the lady doctor, he come to me and then, so sorry to bring this bad news to you. Unfortunately, the brain vessel have a blood clot. From like this big, now it's like from here, go one round, turn to the ears, go back to the neck, and go back to the back shoulder. It's necessary to open up the big skull. Even like he survived, he might be vegetables. He might be coma the whole life. He might be not able to talk. Ask for all the family to come over. At that moment, I like telling God, don't play joke with me. This is not a good job. This is not funny. I even threatened God, if you take my husband away, take his life, I will go with him. Whatever we have planned, we thought like, wow, the business is going to launch soon, in 2 weeks' time. How could this happen to me? We are just started. We just about to enjoy our life. What I have done, I forgot about this. Another thing that's so important, which is God.
I came home, just sat there, staring into blank space, not knowing what to do. Suddenly, it popped into my head that just a month ago, my aunt in Korea had given me this plug. It was Mother Mary, Undoer of Knots. And I quickly, frantically searched for it, took it out, and I read through the prayer, and I just held on to it. I was at such a loss, and I was asking, oh, what do I say? What do I say? Teach me how to pray. And it was like Jesus was talking to me that very moment. This is what you say. This is your prayer. Surrender your will and trust in God. I took out my rosary and opened my Bible. It was agony in the garden. Jesus is in the garden praying, and his words are, Father, let this cup pass from me, but still, let your will be done.
I pray rosary and I visited Saint Anne. I cried in front of the Mary statue. Suddenly, one of the old lady come and hug me. You will be fine. Your husband will be fine. And suddenly disappear. When that moment, that lady hugged me, I feel like it's very peaceful.
That glimmer of hope was already gifted to me during my pregnancy, not knowing what was to come, through the peace he granted me, and through the joy he granted me as I went on my days. And that is what I'm going to do. When you come, even if you're with us for a few hours, I'll be there, doing my utmost best. We will just call the baby Emmy. And it means God is with us.
Towards the end of the third trimester, we had a second scan.
And I remember feeling anxious. And finally he said, there's not enough oxygen going into the baby. You need to come in tomorrow morning. The baby needs to come out. I remember just last minute getting ready to go to the hospital the next morning around 5 a.m.
He was actually in the ICU for 9 days. The doctor taking out the tubes and everybody just wait outside. We pray very hard. And doctor told me, wow, amazing. He don't need tube anymore. He can breathe by himself.
And when Emmy came out, she looked perfect.
The pediatrician checked her and said that she's totally fine. She can breathe on her own. She doesn't need to go to ICU. And so it's like, wow, we got this perfectly healthy baby, right?
When he did the checkup with the same doctor, the doctor don't believe it, you know. Oh man, is this you? Then he walked around. Let me see you. These miracles. And he asked all the colleagues, you see, he did it. He walked. He has no skull. The miracle is really exists. When we have a strong faith, it's true, faith does move the mountains. Last time I always eager to look for more. I wanted more. I want it perfect. Everything I want to be perfect. Happiness is actually when you can feel you have more when you actually have less.
The rosary will show you the way. It will show you how to pray. It will guide you in your prayer. When the world denies you hope, know that you can put your hope in God.
Last time I cried, I said, now I have nothing. What I can do, only praying. No, you actually have everything by praying. You have everything when you have God.